Well, Gary, this is your transmission assembly. We got it all disassembled and inspected, and I want to go over the damage that we found inside the transmission. First of all, you see this snap ring that blew apart inside the transmission. That caused it to not have fourth gear, and snap ring here. These are the different pieces of it, but completely broke apart. Also, the band assembly here was completely stretched and responsible for no second gear. These are clutches. We've got friction clutches and steel drive plates. The friction clutches, you see how brown this one is, and the rest of them have gotten extremely overheated and turned black. And you can see the hot spots on these as well. And also on the steel drive plate, you can see the hot spots that causes the steels to warp, and then completely starts take the clutch lining off the clutches. Another set of burnt steel friction clutches inside the transmission. This is your pan, and you can see the magnet and the metal. That metal should be strawberry soda pop color. Instead it's really dark and burnt contaminated. And your pump assembly, we're going to rebuild the pump and replace the bushing inside here. This is your valve body assembly, which is the brain center of the unit. And we're going to completely take that apart, clean it, and go through with some updates and modifications to the transmission. Again, here's the case. You can see how dark the fluid was. It should be a strawberry soda pop. Over here we have your torque converter, and the torque converter what connects the engine and transmission together. And the converter is a sealed unit. It also has a clutch inside, which comes on in third and overdrive, and we'll have to replace that torque converter with an exchange rebuilt torque converter. So there you have it, complete rebuilt transmission, replace the torque converter, and we should be able to get you back on the road here within the next day or two. Also, I'm going to tell you about our patented hot flush, which is the process that we need to perform in order to clear the cooler lines and the cooler inside the bottom of the radiator, so we don't get any debris back in the transmission. As a matter of fact, we got the hot flush running on your vehicle right now, as you can see, and this hot flush machine is cleaning the cooler, and the cooler inside the radiator connects up here to the underneath part of the transmission. Alrighty, so there you have it, and I'll get this coming to your way shortly.
This is our hot flush. It's a patented machine that flushes the transmission cooler super clean. This is not your vehicle, but it will be hooked up to it. These red and blue hoses are hooked up to the transmission cooler lines, and this blue hose is a shop air hose, and what it does, it pumps heated fluid through the transmission for 3 seconds through the transmission cooler, and in half a second it blasts shop air backwards, and that's the pulsing of the hoses that you see and hear. And it heats the fluid up to about 190. It's up to 180 right now, and it measures flow. This is how we find out, make sure that it has enough volume. It's running about 2 gallons an hour right now. Excuse me, 2 gallons a minute right now, and it's running about 50 psi, and so that's enough pressure, and that's how we get all the metal and clutch material and all the contaminants out of the transmission cooler instead of replacing it like they a lot of times recommend. But there you have it. That is the hot flush. Thanks.